how you feeling? You feel like you're ready to go Sunday?
Yeah, feel great.
Do you feel like the rev up of Wednesday and Thursday is as important for you as a guy who's got all this experience as maybe other players?
I think every day is important. Just every day brings, new challenge, but all the days are important, however you get the work in.
Do you feel pretty darn sure you'll play Sunday?
I feel great.
Did it happen on a particular play, Christian, or kind of cumulative, or what was it?
Just part of the deal, I'm going to play with some stuff every once in a while, but feel great.
What do Deontay and Chuba bring to the rotation that complements your game?
Well, they've been great. I think obviously watching Foreman run, he runs so hard. He's fast, runs downhill. It's a lot of yards after contact. Chuba's made so many great strides since last year. He's fast, he's quick, he's smart. I think when you look in pass protection too, and just mentally how he's made so much ground there. It's exciting to see, but they're both explosive, dynamic players who, bring so much to our team.
When you go through a week like this where you don't get to work out with the team on Wednesday and Thursday, kind of give us an idea of what you're doing and how you're keeping up with the playbook, with the reps and stuff?
Yeah, I think biggest thing is just stay sharp mentally and then keep your wind. Those are the two biggest things.
Matt kept saying you were taking care of yourself, not necessarily in team meetings. Does that make it?
I think you just every week brings new challenges. You just got to maximize, how you're going to feel on Sunday. Sometimes it takes different things to do that.
Christian, are you more concerned about a hit to your injured area or aggravation?
I feel great. Yep.
No concerns then about?
I feel great. Yep.
How did you feel Sunday?
Feel great.
Last Sunday.
Great.
It sounded like you were dealing with it through the game, though. Just were able to. Was it bothering you at all during the game, or?
You're going to play with stuff, Things happen, but I feel good.
Will this kind of be the new normal, Christian, that you might just have several weeks, where you don't get a whole lot of reps in, but with the eye on Sunday?
I think each week's different. I don't know if anything's normal in the NFL. Things happen, things change all the time. It's just you take it one day at a time, one meeting at a time, one rep at a time.
Matt brought up how much you have to be a pass pro. How much does that kind of affect how much you want to play and how much you are out there?
Yeah, it's arguably the most important thing on the field, protecting the quarterback. So, obviously backs are a big part of that, and getting with the O-line and making sure we're all communicating correctly, and, when they blitz, being able to pick it up so that receivers can go make plays. Those guys, receivers block for us in the run game. It's important for us to, pay it back to them as well.
Is that as much of an impact as being tackled?
I don't know. It kind of depends. It's different every time.
Just as a football player in this league, what were your reactions when you saw the Tua play last night?
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. My thoughts and prayers are for him and his family and his teammates. I know he's a warrior, and he'll do everything to come back. Just pray for his safety and that he does it when he's ready.
What challenges did the Cardinals defensively offer this offense?
Oh, I think they're very athletic. They run to the ball well. They play well as a team. Obviously, they have some big names who have had success for a long time, and so those are always guys that you got to key on. They bring a lot of different challenges, but I think always, and I say this every week, it's always going to be about us and being able to execute and win your one-on-ones, communicate well, and don't beat ourselves.
Obviously, the running game's clicking because you 2 straight games over 100 yards, but what needs to happen with the passing game right now?
We just got to keep chopping wood. It'll come. We got the right guys. We got the right scheme. We just got to execute. It'll come. It's a process, and when it does, it's going to be exciting. So I'm excited for that to get clicking.
I think Matt mentioned earlier in the week. He said a lot of it's not all Baker. It's positioning of receivers and all. And I know you seem to be in the right place all the time, but is it just is part of it just the receivers not running the right routes? Or depth, or?
Well, no, I think, football is the biggest team game in the world. A lot has to go right for a play to work, so the timing has to be important. The depth of the route has to be important. Quarterback's got to have time, and guys got to be in the right spot at the right time. And so sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't. But all of the things that we've had are all fixable, so that's encouraging, and we're going to get it done.
I know you are a big focus guy on the task at hand. That said, this importance of this 3-game homestand. I know y'all took care of the first one, but could you speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, I think for us, it's playing at home is important. Playing away, they're all important games. We focus on 1 week at a time, but it's definitely important to protect your house. We've made that an emphasis on protecting our home and making sure that we come ready to go when we're here. So, like I said, every game's important, but you want to win the homes for sure.
What do you see in Laviska?
Great ball player. A guy who can, he's big, he's fast, he's physical, he's good with the ball in his hands, and he's a guy that you have to look after at all times when he's on the field.
I'm curious, just off a little off his style after the game. I don't know if you saw his outfit, but coming in and after the game.
I didn't see it.
It was lime green, made from, it was fairly expensive, just style. It's kind of a little camish, I guess. But.
Hey, he's got his style, man. I love it.
Christian, how did you feel after Wednesday's practice and it being your rest day? But obviously that was popped up on the injury report.
How'd I feel?
Yeah.
Felt great.
And then how did you feel after Thursday's practice?
Great. Also great. Yeah, feel good. I think, 2 good days, good practices, and, felt great.
Thank you.
Yep.
You guys have been really good about avoiding negative runs so far this season. Why do you think that is?
O-line's been working their tails off. It's definitely an emphasis for us. We want to be able to stay out of negative plays, stay out of 2nd and 11 pluses, and just at all times move the ball forward. Don't make a bad play worse. I think a lot of times you look at them push the piles too. That's something that from Coach Camp and down is always emphasized, and it's appreciated by us backs. But those guys play so hard, and that's a big reason why. You got tight ends blocking, receivers blocking. Gio playing fullback, blocking his tail off as well. So hopefully we can continue to do that.
Christian, having been around here for a little bit, is it unusual to not see DJ Moore have one of those big DJ Moore games so far this season?
It's so early. We're 3 games in. It's a long season and a lot of ball left. And DJ's going to be DJ every game, whether he gets the ball or not. And the games are going to come where he has ridiculous games and everyone's like, oh, he's back. But really, he's always been there and always will be here. And he's somebody that defenses have to key on all the time. So it's a big team game. We all got to do our part to make it work for each other. And we'll get that going with everybody soon, DJ being one of the key guys, obviously.
Matt mentioned also this week that it's not just the hits you take as making a play, it's blocking back there. How would you compare the hits you take when you're tackled and all that versus what you're taking when you're handling those big guys?
I think it's different every time. Depends on who you're blocking and who's tackling and all that. But I think in games you don't really feel a lot. In games your adrenaline's so high, you're just ready to roll.
Real good. Is your pass block something that's improved over the years?
I think it's something you always got to improve. Pass blocking's something that's you constantly have to work on. It's not something that you can fall asleep on because there's a lot of different kind of rushers in the league. And the biggest thing is mentally, knowing where to go, knowing who you have based on the call. Things change quickly at the line. And so I think communication with the O-line, communication with the quarterback, I think that's the most important thing when it comes to pass pro. And then after that, it's, a lot of great technique and a lot of great effort. But, yeah, take a lot of pride in it.
Is that an important part of your film study, or when you're doing blitz pickup, are there really different moves, or are they all?
Well, everybody has an arsenal of moves, but you never predict. I think you rely on your technique and your fundamentals when it comes to pass pro, because as soon as you think they're going to do something, they can do the other thing. So I think it's important just to understand the arsenal of moves, but at the end of the day, fall back on your technique and your fundamentals.
When you're playing an opponent, is there one guy that just comes in and it's like, God, it's going to be a tough one today with blocking him?
Blocking's always tough. It's something it's not easy. You got 250-pound guys running full speed at you, trying to take your head off, and they have a head start and you don't. It's a tough job, but like I said, there's ways to get it done, and it's up to us to get it done. There's no excuses about it, but that's why I think the technique and the fundamentals, like I said, are so important, because it's your job.